Welcome back for another travel scrapbook flip through. So this is from my trip to Greece in June 2025. I've actually had this scrapbook or this trip scrapbooked for quite a while, but I forgot I hadn't actually filmed a video for it. So yeah, this is a different way that I'm doing a scrapbook for this trip. So I've decided to dedicate a whole scrapbook to one country. Normally I do my trips in chronological order, so they sort of follow through, but with Greece, I do travel there quite a lot. I sort of tried to make it my aim, if I can, to sort of go every year, even if it's to sort of the same place or to somewhere different. I thought it'd be worth having a scrapbook just for one country. So yeah, this is sort of the title page. So obviously it's everything themed Greece, and then I've sort of put this map in the middle, and then my aim is that wherever I travel within this scrapbook, I'm going to colour it in on the map. So this it's only got one trip in it at the moment, but it was to this part of Greece here, and this is called the Peloponnese area. And if you've watched any of my Greece videos on my channel before, this is my favourite place in Greece, but also my favourite place in the world. I absolutely love this place. I've been going here since I was about 2, and yeah, I've just been so many times and I never get bored of it. So yeah, I've actually got another trip to Greece booked for this year, which is to this region up here. So I'm planning on putting that in this book and then sort of colouring in that bit. So depending on how big each trip gets in the scrapbook, hopefully I'll be able to sort of colour in as much of the map as possible. So yeah, that's sort of like an intro to the scrapbook. So this is the trip. So we stay in a little village called Stoupa, which I say, yeah, it's my favourite place in the world. And we went on the 29th of June until the 6th of July 2025. So this is a picture of me, my mum and my aunt. So we all sort of go together as like a little girls trip. Unfortunately we didn't get seated together, but at least we were sort of roughly in the same area of the plane. We went with Jet2. I find they're a really good company. I'm not sort of, obsessed with package holidays, but I do like them to get to this place because it is quite remote. So it is nice to just kind of get off the plane, get on the coach and get driven to the resort or the village. So I included my boarding pass, but this is actually our one from coming back because we flew home on my birthday. So there was method to this in that I don't particularly like my birthday very much. I'm not someone who sort of goes big on their birthday, and I thought, it would be nice to sort of, that will make my birthday nice, waking up in my favourite place, even if it means we're coming home. But actually the day was so boring because obviously travelling home is not the most exciting of things. So yeah, it was nice to wake up in my favourite place, but then the rest of the day sort of travelling on your birthday is a bit sort of boring. So I'd fly out on my birthday but not necessarily choose to come back on my birthday again. So yeah, that's just a picture of the plane going out. And then this is the airport that we fly into. So I'm trying to learn Greek on Duolingo. So yeah, I was able for the first time to translate that into Greece. So it's Kalamata. So yeah, I just sort of put a picture of the airport. It's quite an interesting airport. It's tiny, but it was an old military airport. So the security there is very high. And yeah, no, it's, as airports go, it's, interesting. So then this is the journey to the resort. So we get a coach transfer. I forgot to say, so the backing paper for all of this is from a beach collection that I got from the works, and they had sort of matching washi tape. So I sort of tried to keep a theme going throughout. So yeah, the transfer to the resort is about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, and you go over mountains. So the views are stunning, but if you're not the best traveller sort of on coaches, you can get a little bit sort of travel sick. But yeah, the views are worth it to sort of distract you. So these were some cutouts from the paper pad collection from the work. So this is sort of like plans. So you've got your destination, transport, departure. So yeah, we were late taking off. And then when we arrived, we were kept on the plane for an hour. So that sort of delayed us a little bit, but you know, it's not the end of the world. And then, yeah, I'll just put a little thing here. The journey to the resort is still long, but I can appreciate the view. So yeah, it's nice just to look out the coach window at the scenery. So then this is sort of like the main beach area. There's 2 beaches, which I'll get to the other one in a minute. So yeah, this is sort of like the main town and beach area. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. Like I said, it's my favourite place in the world. And I've said here that it feels like a second home because we know it so well. It's like one of those places now where you can just dump your bags and go straight out. You don't have to worry about like trying to find everything or where everything is. We just know where it is. So yeah, I've just put some backing paper that says blue sky. Yeah, we were really lucky with the weather. I mean, Greece is always nice and sunny, but sometimes you get the odd day of cloud. So we all took a picture of the 3 of us in sort of the same spot by the beach. So sort of like I layered them like that. And then this is from a Coke bottle. Obviously it says Coca-Cola, but this, again, I'm trying to learn Greek and this translates as parents, which I thought was quite apt. I mean, okay, I was traveling with my mum and this is my aunt, but you know, they are like parent. Well, my mum is my parent. So yeah, I just thought that was the one, that was the bottle I chose, the label. So I just sort of stuck that in there. And then these are just some of the restaurants and the tavernas. So it's still like proper traditional Greek out there, which is lovely. There are a couple of sort of like bougie restaurants that we sort of try to avoid just because we prefer the more traditional stuff. And these are sort of some business cards from different restaurants. And then sort of with a cocktail, we got sort of like a little Greek flag in it. And then I've decided to write everything that I ate. I go to Greece mainly for the food. So yeah, sort of wrote all the things I had. So sort of had a gyros, a pastitsio, which is a bit like a cross between a lasagna and a macaroni cheese. It's very yummy. Souvlaki, sort of like lots of pastries. So yeah, sort of just noted all the things that I ate. So yeah. And then I'll try and fit these on to 2 pages. So as I said, I've been coming here since I was about 2. And over the years, obviously we took loads of photos of me as a kid. So coming back sort of, I think especially these 2, it was like 30 years since we first started coming to this place. So we sort of recreated the photos. So sort of there's me eating an ice cream when I was like 2. And there's me like now, and yeah, sort of like buried in the sand. So yeah, it was really nice to sort of, before we went, I looked up pictures that we had taken, and then sort of tried to recreate them. So that's me in the park. Thankfully, they have updated the equipment because even then the equipment was a bit dodgy and didn't feel particularly safe. But yeah, they've sort of upgraded it, so I couldn't take an exact picture. But yeah, it was sort of nice to sort of, you know, try and recreate things that yeah, did sort of all those years ago. And then for this, this is kind of a weird washi tape, but I really like it. It's sort of, it's quite see-through. It's really weird to explain sort of how you get it off the roll, but I really like how sort of it shimmers and stuff. So yeah, I think these are sort of probably my favourite pages in the whole scrapbook. So these are the apartments where we stay. Again, we've been coming here for years, and somehow we always end up in the same room, which is kind of quite weird. And like the owners sort of recognise us. We've been back so many times, so yeah, we love staying there. And then these are just some more photos around the town. And yeah, the sunsets here are absolutely beautiful. Obviously in Greece, Santorini is known for its sunsets, but I think this place is even more pretty. And then one thing I really like to do here is snorkel. So I borrowed my partner's GoPro and just sort of took some pictures under the water, which is really nice, and sort of yeah, got a picture of us going in ready to snorkel. So yeah, the water's so clear here that it's absolutely beautiful. So this is the second beach that I mentioned earlier, and this one is my favourite because it's just pure sand. The water is so clear, it's so calm, it's just absolutely beautiful. It is packed though. They've got so many umbrellas now. When we first started coming here, they didn't even have sunbeds or umbrellas, or they had like a stack of sunbeds and you had to sort of go and help yourself, whereas now they're so expensive that it's sort of, yeah, that's half the budget of your holiday is on the sunbeds. There are places where you can just put your towel down as well, but yeah, sort of we like a sunbed. And so yeah, it's just sort of some pictures of the water. So this is called Calogria Beach, which we learnt this year translates as nun, as in like the religious person. So yeah, didn't know that before. And then just a little way along from the beach, there's like a little, I wouldn't really call it a coastal walk, but there's some rocks that you can sort of walk along and get some nice views again. And then that's just a picture of us eating some ice creams. So yeah, these are just some more pictures. I mean, you can see how clear the water is and how turquoise it is. So yeah, this is why this is my favourite place in the world. And you get sort of a really nice shot here of the beach and the mountains in the background. And I think these are from a summer collection. I'm sure they're Echo Park, but I can't remember what the collection is. But it says, I don't know what the question is, but the answer is probably at the beach. So yeah, this is a very sort of beach holiday. It's kind of a place where if you just want to unwind and chill, there are things you can do, but sort of we tend to just kind of switch off and relax, and then eat, sleep, beach, repeat. And there's just some more pictures of the water. So yeah, one of the things I did decide to do is 2 years before when I came here, I found a walk to another beach. It was about a 45-minute walk, but it's along the coast, so it was absolutely stunning with all the you know, the water and kind of the scenery. So yeah, it was a nice little trek, and it was to this beach here. So this was a pebbly beach, so I'd recommend beach shoes, or I wore my beach shoes. But yeah, again, the water is just so clear and so beautiful. And there's sort of like caves that you can swim in. There were people doing cliff jumping, which was cool to watch. Oh yeah, we've got a picture of them there. So you can't really see it very well, but yeah, there's some people sort of just jumping off the cliffs. So yeah, when I went here 2 years ago, it wasn't that busy, whereas when I went this time, it was packed. So obviously, more and more people are discovering it. But it was still nice to sort of, yeah, I spent about an hour here and then walked back. So yeah, it was sort of like a nice way to sort of spend a morning. And then these are just some pictures of the sunset across various places in the town. So yeah, as I say, I think these sunsets rival the ones in Santorini. So this one is taken, which one? This one is taken from the beach, obviously, and then this one was taken from our view in a taverna. So you could just sort of sit and watch the sunset as you were eating. And then I'm going to try and, let me just switch the light off because I feel like that's impacting the glare. That's better. So yeah, I managed to get the sun shining through the lamppost. So I was quite proud of that photo. Yeah, to make it look like the lamp was on, when really it's the sun. And yeah, again, this is from another restaurant, so you can sort of sit and watch the sun completely disappear behind the horizon. So yeah, that is this scrapbook. I feel like, as I've done other scrapbooks for this place, sort of I tried to get different photos to ones I'd normally do. So I've got some other photos in my other scrapbooks of this place that I feel like I should have put in here, but yeah, I kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit and get some pictures of things I'd never taken photos of before. So yeah, that is this one, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back soon with another video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.